Alright, we are rolling. Attempt 3, I believe. I think 4, actually. Hi, I'm SydneyKatona. Welcome to episode 6 of videos I've had to record for school. Please pardon any background noises you may hear. My roommates have some people over, and I think they're having a small party. It shouldn't be too bad. The most you'll probably hear is the TV, but still feel like I should probably warn you about that. Another warning, I am not the best at giving presentations. I know I'm very loud and social in class, but put me in front of a camera and I go camera shy. So first things first, what are we doing? Why are we here? Well, I made a nice little graph to show us. So we are doing a computer program, obviously, for my thing. So we start by inserting A and B into the equation. What equation? Well, we loop it here with is B equal to 0. And if it is not, we go down into this equation, set temp to B equals A divided by B, into A equals temp. Once we get that little equation done, we do this again, and once it goes through, we say yes, so the GCD is equal to A. And then we end. To show you that my code works, I'm going to clear this, but I'm going to show you that the code actually works. So we're going to start nice and simple with 2 and 4. We're trying to find the GCD, which is the greatest common denominator. Well, the greatest common denominator is how big of a number we can take out of the two numbers. In this case, it is 2. Pretty simple. Another example of just to show you how simple GCD is we're going to do 6 and 9. And then we get 3, because 3 is the greatest number we can take out of both of them, because they're both integers of 3. Cool. Well, what happens if you have two numbers that have nothing in common? Like 79 and 56. You get a 1 because you can't combine them. So what is the greatest number you can take out? Because anything times 1 is 1. And you can get 1 out of anything because of that. I'm going to show you my code. Then we're going to do a nice little presentation that I made. And hopefully we'll be done and can all go to bed. So we start with our read data, this little area. I divided them into sections: the input, the math, and then the main. So the input area is A equals input. What is A? B equals input. What is B? We return that. Nice and simple. We literally just take out the things. This is where it gets more interesting. Def, GCD, AB. Basically, this is where all the math happens. So we do GCD equals 0, so we can use the integer. And here's where we make our loop that I mentioned earlier. So we make our loop for if B is equal to 0, GCD equals 8, we break. This is our exit strategy for it. Else, temp equals B equals A divided by B, A equals temp. We use that to go back up to this, do this, and we're done. We return GCD because that is our integer, and then we go down to main. AB equals read data, so that way we can access the integers of A and B. Results is equal to the math area, and then we just print. Nice, simple, and clean. So next we're going to go do my presentation, and we are all done. Yay! I worked really hard on all of this, and I still don't think it's the best, but I worked my butt off. No idea what that is, so we're going to just present. Okay, we're gonna make this quick. Here, I made this all computer themed. The flowchart is to make a GCD, or greatest common divisor. As I've explained, it is a basic building block in math to get the biggest number out of two numbers. Here is the link to my nice little flowchart. I couldn't add it in, so I did that instead. Here's how I coded it. I separated it into different categories: data read, GCD, and then main. In the data read, I made it to where you were putting in your inputs for the first time. Basic inputs, then you return it. Pretty simple. The next thing I do is create the actual GCD branch, which in this branch I use to make a loop. In the loop, I set it up to where if b equals 0, it's a. And then the loop breaks. However, if b is not equal to 0, then we go into the math, which is mostly division between a and b. Part 3, for the last part, I just imported everything. Basically, that's what this says, is I just imported everything. Here are some test examples. Test 1, 2 and 160. 2. This one, the reason this number is so low is because 2 is low. I already shown you this. What is A? 8. What is B? 2. Equals 2. 49 and 7, 7. Thank you for being here with me. The summary. This taught basic problem solving in a way, but also could be helpful when practice using instructions. The code, this can also for the actual code, it can be good for finding the greatest common denominator, which is really good for a lot of math, especially with fractions. The reference pages, any reference page, anything that was used was either from class material or the teacher helped me himself.